Are you ready to die? You're not messing with the bags. It's alright. I like nothing about it. No, I like it too.
Good afternoon, everyone. Get a bit of an echo. Okay, let me just thank you guys again for coming out, members of the press and other invited guests. Again, let me just welcome you to Village Key and the second press conference for the Village Key and Rhythm+Sands Food, Wine and Rum Festival. As you can see, the chefs are here.
Yes.
And we are, yes. And we are ready and willing and raring to go. So from my right, I'll introduce you to the chefs, because this is the time for you to get to know the chefs. Ask them a few questions. Feel free to ask them anything. I'm sure that they are willing and ready and able to answer any questions that you guys may have. So from my right, we have Mr. Jason Brathwaite. He'll be representing the BVI. From the International Mixologist, Mr. Alex Chandler from Barbados. Chef Damien Leach from Barbados. Chef Elijah Jules from St. Lucia. Chef Rondell Thompson from Trinidad. And Chef Delvin Adams from Guyana. Joining us also this evening, we have the students from the Technical Institute and also the students from the college, HLSCC as well. So these students are going to be competing on this Sunday for what is the inaugural Governor's Cup, which these guys will be competing for. We have a junior here with us also, a tiny junior. You understand that? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna let him come up and introduce himself. So this is a guy, I would have said to him, you know, these guys are older than you, but he said he ain't scared, so we couldn't say no. So come and introduce yourself, come on.
Have me smiling. Yeah.
So tell them your name and what school you're from.
I'm Alexandria Wilson, and I'm from Cedar International School.
Yeah, tell them how old you are.
I'm 11 years old.
So this little guy will be competing against these older students. So he's already said he's not scared and he's ready to go as well. So again, how can we say no when you've got that passion for the culinary arts? Yeah.
Yeah.
So generally, this is the age that we like to start at. So this is the perfect opportunity for him to showcase his talent and further showcase his passion. Okay, thanks. Okay, so present we also have Mr. Clive McCoy from the BVI Tourist Board, and we're gonna just ask him to come up and just say a few words. And also, let me just say the Tourist Board has been very supportive towards the event. They came at a time too when it was really crucial in terms of getting, some of the regulatory framework done. And I must say, in short order, these guys were able to pull it off for us and insist on it. So we have to say sincere thanks to the Tourist Board for their support.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
It's such a pleasure to be here today on such short notice. But I'd just like to say this is the type of public-private partnership that needs to happen for our tourism sector to grow. And I couldn't be more pleased with Village Key and Rhythm+Sands for putting on this wonderful culinary event. It's important for us to work together because the government or the tourist board can't move tourism forward without the help from all of our industry stakeholders And when this came on my desk for review, I was so pleased to see it, and I was so happy that we were able to assist them with getting it off the ground. I see that you have some of the students here, which is really, really, really good, because that's the future of tourism in the British Virgin Islands. The children that are coming up in school, the way that they're able to participate in events like this really says that the future is bright, and making sure that they are part of it really, really warms my heart to see that. And I wish the young man that came up and said a few words the best of luck, to see that passion at that age for being a chef and cooking. That is something that is commendable. So let's give him a round of applause for doing that. I'm not going to say much more, but I wish that everyone have the opportunity to come out and be a part and participate and enjoy the festival that is coming up. It's important for us to support locally. When we support locally and the world sees that we support, then persons from around the world will come along and support with us. So it starts at home, right? So I wish everyone grand success with the event, and hope that we see a big crowd this weekend coming. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McCoy. Okay, so at this time, we're going to open the floor to allow you, the media, the opportunity to ask the chef some questions. And so at this stage, I'll hand it over to you, the media, to direct your questions to the chefs.
Okay, good morning. Considering, oh gosh, the day runs by so fast. But good afternoon, everyone. Jacko Winning Donovan from 284 Media. Of course, this is a competition, so I want to get the rivalry pumping. I'd like each of you to tell me what makes you stand out in this competition, and of course, for the members of the public who will be coming to each of the events and having a chance to try your cuisine, what really makes it stand out, and what would draw them to your island to possibly eat your food again? Don't rush. Let's start with Guyana.
Well, that's a good one idea, so I'll get started. Folks never knew about Guyana, and you're hearing of Guyana now because we have oil. We had so many different things before.
We got oil.
Yeah, we got oil. We got oil, and everybody coming now to see what's coming with that. So the food, now they're coming and they're seeing what we have, but they're coming for the food, and that have the whole market is exploding now, right? And our food is now getting to go internationally, thanks to myself, and that's what I'm gonna give to you, a taste of Guyana. That I know some of the folks are waiting for it too. We have our pepper pot, and I know that beats a lot of dishes out of the water. I don't know who is ready to test. Eh? Well, I got the cook up too, so I know who coming with what, but that's what I have, right? But I have something else special too, farine, which is a byproduct from the cassava. And this cooks like your couscous or your quinoa, and well, the couscous is from Africa, quinoa is from South America, Peru and Bolivia, but we have been doing farine for eons, and it was never known. So if I can make this product a worldwide product, it would be good for myself and my country. So, yeah.
All right, Miss Universe. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chef Randall Thompson from Trinidad and Tobago. You hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes? No? Sorry. All right. Firstly, I want to thank Mr. Wendell and his entire team of the Village K for having me represent. You hear me? No? Better now?
Yeah.
Take two. Alright, good afternoon everyone. Chef Randall here from Trinidad and Tobago. First I want to thank Mr. Weldon and his entire Village K management team for having me here representing Trinidad and Tobago. I'm lucky enough to be around all these chefs here on this panel, and just like young Alex in the back there, I am the youngest chef on this panel. So I understand and I feel, and even when I saw him outside and I heard about him earlier, I was like, this is a young chef dimension, and I see a lot of myself in him. So congratulations, Mr. Alex. I think my whole purpose in being BVI this year, and I hope to be here in many, many, many more years to come, is all about showcasing my country's cuisine on an elevated level. Many times you always see European cuisine, French cuisine, Italian cuisine branded all over our screens. And in the Caribbean, we have so much to give from all the islands, Barbados, Trinidad, Bahamas, Guyana, Antigua. We have so many delicious dishes that we sometimes don't take pride of. And I'm just so happy that we have this event, that each one of us chefs can come here and showcase our cuisine, you know, on our international platform, and hopefully get bigger and better. So stay forth with storytelling. I don't want to give out too much. I do have a dish called the River Lime. If you have been to Trinidad, or if you know about the River Lime, I have a dish called River Lime, I have a dish called Sunday Lunch. And the here to just have fun and showcase my country. Right? Have a great evening.
I am Chef Elijah from St. Lucia. I mean, if you haven't been to St. Lucia, let me share with you. St. Lucia is like a melting pot of like a lot of the Caribbean countries. I mean, we have some people even say to you like St. Lucia doesn't have its own identity. It actually has a bit of all the Caribbean countries, like the oil down and the bouillon. It's like all that is from St. Lucia as well. So I would say like maybe all the Caribbean countries actually pour all their love into St. Lucia, you know. So this is why I feel like we are so good, you know. Yes, so check me out, you know.
Hi guys, Chef Damien from Barbados, and what I'm going to be bringing for at the event is something that I'm super known for in Barbados, and that is breadfruit. My dish composed of breadfruit. I'm super passionate about breadfruit. They're laughing. They call me breadfruit man. At home I got a roast breadfruit tattoo on my hand, and we can be doing some BBA breadfruit. I understand y'all breadfruit costs a lot of money. A Canadian breadfruit don't cost that. Canadian breadfruit $5 Barbados, $250 US. I understand y'all paying real money for that. Yeah. Right. So I'm looking to bring some breadfruit here and sell it just now. So link me. But I'm super excited to be here because usually when you get festivals and you bring in these overseas chefs, because these are overseas chefs, but they're always bringing them from far, you know, France, Italy, Europe, somewhere. That's a waste of time. You got so much talent in the Caribbean, right? And we all cook, and we ain't just cooking with salt and pepper, but we cook with flavor. That's very different, right? So then the salt and pepper is speaking. It's pure flavor, and that's what we bring in. Excited to see the competition with the youngsters. I come up doing a lot of competitions, and little guy, everybody picking you up, and I know you're going to look to wash off people, right? But I ain't here, you know. Not like just because you're young, you know. And Martin just as hard. You got to come. But that's it. But this is going to be a good weekend, and we're looking forward to eat some food and drink some rum.
Yeah.
Yes. I want rum.
I am Chef Jason Brathwaite. I am also from Barbados, but reside here in the BBI. What I'm gonna do is to just try to bring forward a little bit of what BBI has to offer, you know, from these lush waters here, and incorporate it with my style of cooking, which is a mixture of Caribbean and Mediterranean together. So I'm actually excited and happy to be a part of this. It's not really new to me, but it feels that way doing it in the BVI and for the BVI. So I'm excited and can't wait until the weekend starts. That's it for me, basically.
Good afternoon, everybody. I choose to go last because I am the mixologist and I won't be cooking anything. My job is to get everybody drunk. The fun part. So I am excited to do my style of cocktails and include Caribbean flavors as well as Barbadian flavors and showcase why I am as good as I am and enjoy myself and have fun. I hope we all enjoy it and we all have a grand time. Thank you very much for having me, Wendell. And the
Happy
entire
to see
team.
we're not in competition with you, brother. Just keep the drinks coming.
that's what I'm going to have the most fun. So thank you very much, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here to showcase my talents. Thank you.
Okay, so I just have one more question. Of course, since we have the young chefs, the junior chefs in the building, and of course there will be other young Virgin Islanders and other young people from across the Caribbean watching this footage and hearing you guys speak, I was wondering if any of you would like to share your journey into culinary arts, why you got into it, especially considering becoming a chef cannot be the easiest thing to get into. Most Caribbean parents want a doctor, a lawyer, a policeman maybe, but you decided you wanted to be in the kitchen. So would anybody like to step up, share their journey and maybe some words of motivation for any other young chefs?
That's a great question, and it's always a sensitive question when I'm asked that. I'm very thankful for where I'm at in my career as a 20-year-old head chef in Trinidad and Tobago. Growing up, I always love food. I know you guys hear it all the time, growing up in the kitchen with your mom, with your granny. I didn't grow up with my grandparents, but every chance I had to be in the kitchen with my mom after school on a Sunday, while my cousins or my brothers outside playing with toys, cars, playing on the mango tree, I inside making sweet bread. I learned how to make macaroni pie. I learned how to cut up chicken, the seasoned chicken. And to see that my parents, I always give them the props. My parents was my biggest cheerleader, still is my biggest cheerleaders. To see that while everyone have the negative thing to say of a gentleman, because before, yes, we have a lot of male chefs, but a lot of male chefs do get criticized for being a chef, because more people think cooking is more a female thing for some weird reason. I think that has phased out now, obviously. But to see that I grew up in an era where that was still a bit taboo in Trinidad, that is, I can't really talk about anywhere else. And I had parents and family members and friends who was just like excited to see me make the most simplest thing. I might make it wrong, maybe it was salty, chicken maybe it was looking white, fishy chicken, but that support, as long as you have that solid support and foundation from anyone, and you have a goal and a vision, it's going to help you make that goal and vision come to reality. As I finished secondary school, I already had a plan. I said, as I finish secondary school, I'm going to go into culinary school. I applied for culinary school. It took very long to accept me, like 2 weeks before the semester started. I was like, oh my God, they're not going to take me to the one way. This ain't making no sense. I said, my dad, he said, well, what's your next step? I said, well, I'll do upper 6. I want to be a maths teacher. I love maths, by the way. Signed up for upper 6. I wanted to drop it in school. And as I walked through the door, my dad called me and he was like, hey, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm going to sign up for the upper 6. They didn't remember what the school would want, man. This is exactly what I told him. I said, the culinary school doesn't want me, obviously. We have 2 more weeks before the school starts, and I need to do something. And he said, my plan is to become a teacher, let me do upper 6. And he was like, well, the school just called, and you started. Wrap up the paper, run over the school, dad picked me up. Went up in the school, get the book list, went and buy the books, went and buy the uniform, the knife set, every single thing. And I'm so proud to have a system, a family supporting system that pushed me in my career. Like, I don't see my parents as often, but I know that whenever they see me post, a dish, they see me do an event, they know that my son is out there doing something proud. So anyone out there, you don't have to be culinary. You can be a hairdresser, a nail tech, you want to be into designing, into art. As long as you love something and you have that one person to cheer you on and back you up, it's going to make that career even better. So everyone's out there, all the chefs in the back up, so all you guys outside there, you guys look like nervous and stuff. Can't wait to work with you guys this weekend. You all have the love for it. That's why you guys showing up today shows that you guys have the love for it. Can show that other people who was invited, they may not show up. The fact that you are here tells that you want to be a part of this journey. And I can't wait, just like the other chefs, we can't wait to share the journey with you all this weekend. So I can't wait, and hope everybody have a blessed day and wait for all the nice food and drinks we can. Yeah.
Michelle's story as well. I mean, mine is a bit different, you know. I'm a school dropout. I mean, my mom passed when I was 8. And I mean, I was with my dad. And school summer, after the whole summer thing, you know, I didn't go back to school. You know, I went looking for a job. You know, I was just done with school, and I was looking for a job as a bartender. Because I was watching TV and I see those guys, you know, shaking the bottle and doing the thing, and I'm like, yeah, I want to be a bartender, you know. And I went for a job. The lady said to me, you know what? Any experience? I had no experience. She was like, okay, since you have no experience, I don't have a job for bartending. But I need a pool boy, you know. She's a pool boy, yard boy / you know, the yard boy, you know. And then I accepted the job, you know, because all I wanted to do is make some money. I mean, I didn't care what it was, you know. So I was doing the pool thing, you know. I mean, I was washing the pool like 3 times a day, you know, just to be by the pool, you know, and stuff like that, you know. And one day she was like, Eli, I need your help in the kitchen. I need someone to wash the pots and pans, you know. I'm like, okay, no problem, boss. You know, I'm in the kitchen washing pots and pans. And then there was this chef. The chef was so lazy, you know. So I'm washing my pots and pans, and this guy was, Eli, come peel shrimp, come peel potato, come and help me. Come. He's like, every time he says, come and do this, come and do that, you know. So I am here thinking, this guy is, wow, this guy's a pain, you know, I mean. But this guy was making a way for my future, and I didn't realize that, you know. So I was thinking, you know, like this guy was really, you know, harassing me, or, you know. At one time, I stopped going to work, and I was like, I want to be at a pool, and this guy is actually, you know, abusing me. That's the word I use in the kitchen. And then one day was like, you know, he pulled me in the corner. He's like, when you get, I'm molding you for out there, you know. He said that to me, you know. But I'm still thinking, yeah, you just saying that to me, the one smoking cigarette, you know. Because that's what he did. I mean, he would let me do the little thing, and then he goes outside and smoke his cigarette and come back and stuff like that, you know. And then this is how I got to like it, you know. I mean, I never had to cook. Like, cooking was never something in my mind at the time, you know. And then, I mean, while I was in there, I was doing the burger, the sandwich, you know, and then, wow, you know, I'm just feeling the passion, I'm feeling the love. The plate comes back inside, I'm running to see how clean the plate is, you know, to see what's happening and stuff like that. And one day he told the boss lady that, you know what, this guy has potential, let's promote him, you know. And then I was put to breakfast chef, and I was doing breakfast and lunch and dinner and stuff like that, you know. And I think I was at the time I was 16, and I stayed there for like 2 years, and then they actually fired the lazy chef, you know. And then I actually got the job to be the head chef of the kitchen. So I was a head chef at 18 already. This is how it was. I stayed at the place for like 10 years, I think. Yeah, about 10 years I stayed. Then I moved to Jade Mountain, and I've been there for like over 16 years now, you know. I'm the head chef of Jade Mountain as well. Yeah, thank you. But there's a funny part to my story as well, you know. So when I moved to Jade Mountain in 2008, the lazy chef that was fired at the place I was, I met him at Jade Mountain. He was working there, you know. So since I was hired as an executive sous chef, then I actually became his boss, you know. So I became the boss to the guy who actually taught me how to cook, you know. So this is a major thing for me, you know. I try to be humble about it, and then, you know, stuff like that, you know. But it was, they say, I mean, be careful when you go up, because you never know when you go down, you know, stuff like that, you know. So this is the whole moral of the story, you know. I mean, in the beginning it was crazy. I mean, I was like, I mean, how do I tell this guy to, you know, what I'm trying to say, you know? Because he was lazy, and I want to run him down and move his, you know, and stuff like that, you know. But, you know, and one day, I mean, they fired him again, and I felt so happy. Well, I wasn't happy he was fired, you know, but, you know, I was just happy he was out of the kitchen, and I didn't have to face him, because it was something for me, like facing your mentor, and then you know how he's trying to discipline him and stuff like that was crazy for me as well. So even coming to work was a burden for me as well, you know. And this story is an emotional story for me as well, so, you know. Thank you.
Hi, baby.
Right. So. Breadfruit. Good. Breadfruit. Yeah. I'm sorry, you don't got breadfruit. This. So I gave a lot of trouble at school. Like enough trouble. And when I was 13, I was doing art, and I was doing my usual foolishness, and I got kicked out of art. And I just was doing nothing. They say, you can't do nothing, you go to class. So they put me in food nutrition. And true story, 2 weeks later, I told my mom that's what I want to be. I want to be a chef. And I finally had a path, and I don't want to say this, like I stopped giving trouble. I still gave trouble the rest of school. But food and nutrition, I did not play fooling. I realized I was good at it. And after school, I went to our farming and I did my associate degree in culinary arts, and I was the top of the class of that. The first time in my life I was top of anything. And that's just how I became a chef. I tell my wife this all the time, she says, don't say that, but I ain't good at nothing else. I'm good at cooking. That is what everything happens for a reason, right? I was supposed to get trouble. Right? That's what I get out of this story. But cooking is I just found something I was good at, and I'm fortunate a lot of people don't find that. So I was blessed to find something I'm good at, and I love it. I never believed that everybody say find something I love and never work a day in life. That's garbage, because I love cooking, and sometimes I'd be like, I really don't want to work. But I am very fortunate in my career to be given these kind of opportunities. And I want to mention, since you guys are competing, I came out in a lot of competitions. I would have won Caribbean Chef of the Year and Barbados Chef of the Year and a bunch of other competitions, and that's where I was given a lot of opportunities after these competitions, and I was able to travel the world with our tourism board, and Dubai and all over Europe and everywhere. And that all stemmed from competitions. A competition chef is something different. Like you can be in the kitchen where everything is comfortable. A competition chef, you're put in uncomfortable situations, and that is usually brings out the best of you, or it could bring out the worst. We can see come Sunday what bring out of y'all. But it takes a lot of courage to do these competitions. Because a lot of these chefs that stand there, especially the ones that bad talk, the ones that in these competitions, let's cut bear jump, but you go to that competition, no, you're too frightened. So enough respect for at least showing up, and I'm excited to see what's going on Sunday. But that's my story.
Yeah.
For me, my journey started a little bit differently, but was grounded with my grandparents, I should say. I would sit and watch her cook and do her thing. She was a pastry chef by profession. Then she would always, dabble into the culinary arts and do her thing. And I can remember vividly days just sitting on the staircase, just watching and counting everything she puts in the pot. And one day she was like, why are you doing that? I said, well, I'm interested in what you're doing. But then she was like, I thought you wanted to be something else. I said, well, you never know what I can be later on in life. So long story short, I actually started mechanics. I did mechanics before I did the culinary. But then one day one of my senior officers was like, okay, so you dropped this tool, so you got to dive and go for it. I was like, me? I said, sir, I can't see the bottom. He said, well, you have to go for it. I said, you know what? I'd rather a different oil under my nails. So for me, then I started working in the kitchens and stuff like that at an early age, like, mopping, sweeping. I was a porter. I washed dishes. So I started from washing the dishes and watching the chefs too also, and they would encourage me to do certain things, like peel potatoes, as the chef said above, peel shrimp, do what I would call the dog work. So after doing that, I found a love for it, and one day my head chef, a guy by the name of Larry Rogers, he pushed me or promoted me to be a cook, and I said, you know what, from here, I'm never turning back. And that's exactly what I did. From there, I just started to do things. I entered 1 or 2 competitions, didn't make it to the top, but you know what? Even though I didn't make it to the top, I never let that deter me. I kept pushing and pushing and pushing until I was working in villas with movie stars. And to name one or two, like I worked for Jay-Z and Beyonce once, famous guy, Mr. Bean, I think, and Roy Atkins. I did a little thing for him, and a couple others. But I mean, I never stopped pushing. I never stopped reaching for the stars. I never stopped looking for the next best thing to do in the culinary world. Every time the cuisine changed, I changed with it. So I was always moving with the tide. And I just found myself like just going different places, tasting different foods, and I would always encourage young chefs to travel. You travel, you taste different foods, you taste different cultures, and you embellish yourself into that. And you would find yourself becoming better at your craft too as well. You know, immerse yourself in the culinary and it will treat you good in the end. But yeah, that's my story. It's nothing too big, but that's my story.
No, I don't want to. Good afternoon. My name is Henry Cricky. I'm the CEO for the group that runs Rhythm+Sands. And hearing all these chef stories, I'm inspired to give mine. No, I'm not a chef. But I would say this. The reason I told Wendell I'd like to say something at this point, of course, in a way, I'm very excited to be a part of this inaugural Food, Wine, and Rum Festival. But hearing your question, hearing your stories, it took me back a bit over 25 years ago, and seeing this young man here, right? Yes, you know what I'm talking about. So 25 years ago, there was a young man, about the size of this young man, who I met in Virgin Gorda. His name is Clint Cricky. We have the same last name, but we had never met before. And now he is the head instructor and chef for the college. I remember we used to spend, many nights I was with him and his aunties and his cousins and everything. And I think, as you as Chris, have you ever heard Mr. Cricky's story? Like you heard these? No? Clint, I'm going to put you on the spot. The teacher for the... No, Clint? Stop it. I know you remember these two. You definitely put me on the spot.
Let him sit so he can
oh, sorry.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Listening to all the different backgrounds of the different chefs, I remember being, as Henry Prince said, as a young boy, growing up with my grandmother, seeing her bake every weekend, and that time they didn't have any KitchenAid mixer. You actually had to bake the cake from hand, and it's like it used to be a fight of who's gonna get the bowl to lick. And that's where it all began, like when I know that I actually wanted to do baking. And my uncle who passed, he was the head chef at the Experience World back at that time, but he passed now. And he actually paved the way for me, because it's like I was so hungry for it. Like every afternoon I used to, like when I leave school, I would go there. I wouldn't even bathe. I would just change my clothes and head to the hotel and put in a few hours in the evening just to work under him. And it just unfolded from there. I went to school, got my degrees, and I wanted to come back and give back to the community. And I enrolled at the college. I mean, like they hired me on the spot. They needed somebody, and here I am, put in 7 years already. I own a business, a successful business, where I do cakes, like for everybody. Everybody's known me for the cake boss of the BVI, and it's something that I love. And hopefully one day I would like to maybe collaborate with some of the chefs who are here, and make something in the cake industry, like bring it here in the BVI. Because I mean, I'm always going away to like international events, and I realized like there's a lot of bakers, upcoming bakers, wanna get into the field, and I would like to see like an event like that happen here, where I can collaborate with some, share some away, and involve some of the younger ones that's coming up.
Thank you. I really put you on the spot. Mr. Mixologist.
Thank you. My story isn't that long. I end up in mixology by chance, I would say. I'm actually a land surveyor by profession. So while I was doing my internship in government after UE, after I did my bachelor's, I was walking through the supermarket and this lady said, I want you to do a little cocktail demo thing, girlfriends expo, and just stand up and give out cocktails. I said, but I got stand up for this time? And she said, yes. I said, well, you know what, I could as well go. And I went, and there was a mixologist doing the cocktails, and he had to go lunch. So somebody had to do the cocktails, and I decided from here, I could at least learn something. And I did. And this guy came with these girls, and I did some cocktails with them, and he asked me how long I was doing it. I said, 10 minutes. So he laughed, and he said, so who's the mixologist here? And I told him, Mr. Williams. So yeah, if you got a bald head. I said, well, I don't know because you're wearing a hat. So apparently Mr. Williams had a bald head. So he said, well, I'm going to wait here till he come back. So when he came back in 15 minutes, the guy asked him how long he was doing cocktails. He said 10 minutes. So I just went lunch. So he told me to enroll in Pomerine and start doing some courses, and I did. Short space of time, I entered competitions. And within 10 years, this was 2015. We're in 2025 now. I have achieved a lot. I have won 2 international gold medals at the CHCA Taste of the Caribbean. I have been all over the world for Barbados Tours Board with this chef and other chefs, Dubai, Germany, all over. The only place I haven't touched is Africa and Italy. So to the youngsters that are competing today, I think competition gives you an edge. And it gives you an edge to take you out of your comfort zone. It gives you the opportunity to be creative, to show yourself in your creation. And that is what separates you from everybody else. You could only be you. No one can be you. If you could put yourself, your experience, things you've been through, for example, he talked about his grandmother, if you could put that into a dish and separate yourself from everybody else, it shows how good you are, how far you can go. And things can be done in a short space of time. You might be young now, 10 years from now, you'll be adult. You could fly all over the place, you could do different events, you could chart your life how you want to. So I think competition is the best way to go at a young age. It gives you a chance to mature in your sub-disciplines faster, and you learn a lot more quicker than if you were just in the kitchen every day doing roughly the same menu every day. It forces your brain to think on a different level, and your maturity in flavors, the way how you come across problems and you want to change it in terms of how to do things better. If you're in an environment that allows you to change the menu to make things better by implementing something that you think will work better with the dish, it goes a long way than doing the same menu every day. So my advice is, I think you should continue with competition. Yes, we don't win all, and there's going to be one winner, but there's so much to learn from the opportunity of showcasing what you can do, especially learning about yourself as well. So I wish everybody all the best, and I hope you not just compete, but learn from the experience of competition. Thank you.
Oh, you really want to hear my story?
Okay, I'm not interested.
I'm gonna speak to the young kids. I don't know, they might be sitting there and looking here and seeing everyone here at this table is squeaky clean. Well, I know that my face is devilishly handsome, right? But I can tell you this for the young kids, that don't let this fool you. I had it rough, man. That's why I didn't want to say anything, because it's very emotional. Parents, listen to your kids. Listen to your kids. And they speak to you in different ways. They don't have to use words. I'm the storybook that you do not want to pick up and read. Right? I'm not going to get into details, but you can follow the trail if you like. My name is Delvin Adams. Right? But I came out of it all. I'm literally the rose that grew from concrete with all the thorns and everything. But I'm first an entrepreneur. I was born an entrepreneur. And cooking was just a talent that was there from the beginning of time. I couldn't see it. My mom saw it, but she couldn't control the beast that was there. But again, I learned and I managed to control it now. And this is the stage that I'm on now. Right? So today I'm a chef. And I'm loving the space that I'm in.
Well, I don't think after that we warrant any more questions, right? We need to let that sit a bit. But I'm going to ask you, if you could outline for us, sorry, Kathy Richards, JTV News, you can outline for us what are we to expect come Friday, Saturday, and the Sunday?
Sure, Ken. Okay, so Friday is the opening gala. So on the Friday night, the chefs will be showcasing their signature dishes. So you, the audience, you get a gold coin when you enter with your ticket, and you have that opportunity to vote for your favorite chef. And we're going to say, don't vote by country because we know how that will go. Delvin. So we're asking you to vote for your favorite chef in terms of the signature dish. Whichever signature dish they're doing. Added to that, there's the entertainment part of it, which we are using all local talent. So you get some steel pan, you'll get some fire eating, you'll get some limbo, you'll get some stilt walkers, you'll get some folk music. So heritage dancers will be here. So it's a full festive opening gala. Later in the night, on the Friday night, we also have the late night wine and rum tasting lounge, which will be held in this conference center, where you'll get to taste some of the new wines and rums that you'll be seeing debuting for the season, which kicks off November 1st. Later that night, when everything is finished in terms of the first part of the festival, there's a concert then in the car park where you have some Jamaican artists. I think that's headlined by Armani from Jamaica and some other artists from Jamaica as well, and bands from Jamaica. On Saturday, the venue changes to, for the morning session, it's a brunch at Rhythm+Sands. That's more of a jazz feel. The Mixologists will be there doing their thing, again on the beach, very exciting. So we're asking you to come on down, enjoy every function that the festival holds. Generally, for example, when we do a food, rum and wine, it's usually a week-long event, but we're trying to compress this into 3 days of full events. So that starts at 10 at Rhythm+Sands, and
It's 1 to 4.
oh, okay, sorry. It starts at 1 and it runs then till 4 p.m. on Saturday. Later in the night, you've got the 6-course gourmet dinner, where the chefs then again roll the secret dishes out, so you get to taste some of those dishes from 6 courses. After that event finishes, you still have the late night lounge as well, but after that finishes, then it shifts to the car park for the BVI Fish Fest. On Sunday morning, you have the brunch, which will be held here at Village Key, and there's a mixologist competition that will be taking place during that brunch, and I think that runs from 10 until 3. Later in the evening, then we have the dueling chefs competition. That's where the juniors showcase their talent in terms of the competition with the mystery basket, and the international chefs also will be doing a showcase that night as well. And to end the festival, then there's the award ceremony, where then you get to know which signature dish would have won. You get to know which junior would have the bragging rights for the year with the Governor's Cup. And then I think that after ending that night, we've got the Latin Bar Fiesta. So everything Latin. We've got some artists coming from the Dominican Republic, some international artists. So that's where everything ends then in the car park. And we prepare for next year. And next year is going to be bigger than this year. I can tell you that it's going to be bigger than this year, because we've already started some dialogue with some celebrities and some extra entertainment acts as well, which will be, yes, we will have the after parties, but which will be a part of the actual food, rum, and wine official events.
Okay, is there a cost to enter all the events?
Yes, there is. Let's see, the opening night's $85. Rhythm+Sands is $80.
75 for
75 for 2, right? $90 for the 6-course dinner. $45 for the family brunch, which is at Village Key, and $85 then for the dueling chefs competition.
Clarify, where is the six course going to be held, here or Rhythm+Sands?
The 6th course will be held here at Village Key.
Are the tickets purchased in advance, or is it pay at the door?
You can pay at the door, but you can also purchase in advance, and those tickets are going very quickly, so we would encourage you to grab, because I don't think there are very many left right now. So I would say grab those tickets while the going is good.
What's up for grabs for the competition aspect of it?
Bragging rights for the year, breadfruit. Bragging rights for the year, it's the trophy, and then all the chefs will be getting a trophy. The juniors gets a personal trophy, and the school gets to hold the Governor's Cup for the year.
Okay. All right.
And and the bragging rights for the year. Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, let me also add, there's one chef that's missing, Mr. Trevon Stout. He's actually flying in this evening. He was supposed to have been here with the other chefs, but I think on Monday, he actually had a gig with Nelly and Ashanti. So he was supposed to have flown in on that day, but that didn't work out because of that gig. So he's flying in this evening, and that's the last chef that we've been actually missing from the cast for the festival.
What countries you representing?
Barbados. Of
Again?
course. Barbados. No, because, Barbados, what we were trying to do was pull a good contingent from the Taste of the Caribbean competition, which we would have been winning. So we wanted to bring as many as possible, again, in terms of even mentorship for the juniors. Because it's that age that you start at, So I don't want to be biased, the best of the best. So, hey. Okay.
So, in Guyana, they say that I noticed that we have a lot of Bajans in Guyana. We see they're going to tag team you, so the rest of the countries kind of worry about getting tag team.
Well, let me address a couple things first. yes, we got a good Bajan contingent, but for some reason, everyone is calling for Mr. Adams. For some reason. So that's why we're saying, when you're voting with your coin, don't vote for the country, vote for the dish. So, yes, so that's what it is. In terms of Jason being so sure, that is what we're going with Jason right now. We're not so sure. So, as you can see, we kind of draw the line a little bit with Jason because we're a little unsure of where Jason lies right now. So
I will have to ask, so how are you choosing your judges? Because if you don't want us to judge based on country, I'm Guyanese, my palate is kind of like linked to what is Guyanese. My brother might be from another country and his taste buds are so tied on to his country style of dating. So how are you judging? Yes, sir.
I got a solution for that.
Tell me.
We got BVI.
Hold on, look at my.
So we have BVI. I'm doing drinks. We got one Bajan chef, and the rest. Technically, the other chef isn't here yet, so we still even.
You have the competition going on all right now on the live.
Actually, this competition started from the time these guys got off the plane today. It started from that point. So.
One more thing, sorry. I hope that Mr. Adams remember that we can't seem to be Trinidad in cricket, so this is the one person.
And guess what they say every year? Next year is we own, man. Next year is we here.
Next year is we here.
You don't like to take off flights.
Yeah, at this time, I'm going to ask the students to just come up, introduce yourselves, say something quickly. Yeah,
Here, Alex, you then. Come, you go. Yeah, just hold the button.
Wanna bring this right there?
Go back, yeah.
Step back.
Put some right
there. Hold the automatic size.
See if I did hear it with pickup bar.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can rest that one there. Just hold that one.
Hi, I'm Alexandria Wilson, as all of you guys know, and my signature dish is a sour cream lasagna.
Leave the small leg.
My name is Naomi Rodriguez. I don't have a signature dish, but I love to cook Latin food.
Good evening. My name is Brittany Dean. I'm 17. I'm from the Wilderness Technical Studies. I don't have a signature dish, but cooking makes me passionate and I love it. And it's something I want to continue.
Hi, my name is Sawan Chapman. I don't really have a signature dish, but I love saltfish, bucana, and dumpling, and yes, that's all.
Hi, my name is Mark Petros. I don't have a signature dish, and I'm just happy to be here and move on.
My name is Felix Smith. I don't have a signature dish, but I love to cook like meats.
I'm just your shadow. I can chat your daughter. Support.
Hi, my name is Bianca Stowe. I attend the Botanical School of Technical Studies and I'm 18 years old. a signature dish, I could just give me a recipe and I'm going to do it to my best of ability. And I'm going to just make sure that you're very full.
Right, so thank you guys. So again guys, the festival, we're about to get things kicked off. It's going to be very exciting. It's going to be music, culture, food, wine, and rum. So again, we're inviting everyone, come out, grab your tickets. Very exciting weekend of events. So come on out. Let me just say thank you to all the sponsors, because without the sponsors, then I would say this event would not be possible. So we've got to say thank you very much to all the sponsors.
I want to say that I am very impressed with the youngster. You have the name of a king, you know that? You have the name of a king. However, his confidence walking up here, he's the youngest, and his confidence is spreading through this room. Competition is confidence. For the judges to believe in you, you will believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So think about that. He's the smallest, and he was loud, affirmative, he has a plan, he has a mission. You need to think that way instead of being inwards. Think outwards, expressive. So take 2 notes from this youngster before we start. I hope everybody have a grand time.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you very much. So again, guys, we got a festival. Come on out. Let's have a great weekend. Let's have some fun. Come on out. Come on out. That's all we can say.
Yes.
So again, thank you, the media, for coming out and supporting us with this press conference. Thank you to Mr. Clive McCoy, Director of the BVI Tourist Board as well. So guys, come on out and enjoy the festival.
Yes,
thank
you, BVI Tourism.